Violent crime in Little Rock often leaves the community wondering what they can do to help. And while there isn't one clear solution, some people hope community conversations are a good place to start. THV 11's Frederick Price shows us how the Racial and Cultural Diversity Commission is diving in to make an impact.
While Little Rock community members aren't all violent, the city still has violence. Now, Arkansas leaders are trying to figure out how to solve that problem.
I think when it comes down to problem solving, I think the first step is conversation.
More than a dozen people filled this room Saturday, all ready to listen and be a part of that change so many desire.
It's time to get into the community and have real dialogue around what should happen next.
From a retired and now interim police chief to those heavily involved in the community, Tim Campbell, one of the commissioners, says he wanted a panel of people from different walks of life to have a transparent and intense solution-based discussion.
We talked a lot about on this panel today about being the things that you can't see. It's very hard for our youth to be things that they can't see.
Every child's life is different, but whether you are a parent or a friend of the family, doing things like teaching kids about financial incentives, the panelists say, could keep them busy and away from violence, something Campbell says he missed out on years ago.
Well, I grew up on Wood Street in a very tough time, right? And I didn't go to these conversations. My family didn't go to these conversations. The people around me weren't joining these conversations.
And the commission tells me Diving Dialogues is something started after Courageous Conversations. You'll remember those series of events allowed city leaders to discuss ways with the community on how they could tackle violent crime in Little Rock.
We wanted to continue that discussion, but broaden it to beyond law enforcement, to include mentorship, financial opportunity.
Sky Brower is another commissioner.
We've got to get people realizing that we cannot depend on the mayor or the police chief to solve these problems for us. They need our help.
Brower believes that continued conversations will play a key role in ending the war on crime.
We love our city, we love Little Rock, and we're not going to give it up to violent crime.
In Little Rock, Frederick Price, THV 11 News.
Former Chief Keith Humphrey was also a part of the panel. This is the commission's first event, and leaders say they are planning to host future conversations.